Okay. Hi, everyone. Welcome to meeting 233, theme Turning Over a New Leaf by Toastmaster Dhanushree. Okay. Before we start, there are three main rules that everyone or Toastmaster as a whole has to follow. Rule number one, turn off your noise-making device so we do not interrupt the speaker. I'll give you 5 seconds to do so. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rule number two, do not come inside the meeting hall during the speech is going on, or do not go outside the meeting hall when the speech is going on. Make sure to do that when the clap is happening so that you don't distract the speaker. And rule number three is there are three main things that you do not talk about in a Toastmaster meeting. That is about sex, religion, and politics. And make sure not to offend anyone about it. That's it. Let's get starting. I'll hand it over to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Sanidhya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan. Greetings, Toastmasters. How's it going? So welcome to meeting number 233, Turning Over a New Leaf by Toastmaster Dhanushree. So yeah, this is our second offline meeting as of now for the 14th Executive Committee. So let's start with, so in Toastmasters, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. So before the meeting starts, there are a few announcements. So as told in the previous meeting by our president, Toastmaster Nikhilesh, we are planning a club trek on 24th February. So it will be a great bonding experience for all of us and we'll have a lot of fun. So make sure you guys come for that. Number two, club hoodies are coming. So be ready for that. Club hoodies as well as club badges. So yeah, that's also there. And number three, tomorrow is JTP, Judges Training Program. And all those who are going from hostel, we'll do a carpool and then we can go. It's in Trellick's office. It's near Koramangala. So I think we all be leaving together for that. So coming to the theme, turning over a new leaf. Since this is the start of a new month, so let's turn a new leaf. And I think Toastmaster Dhanushree will have a lot of many interesting facts about the theme. So without a further ado, let's call upon our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Dhanushree. Yeah, before that, let me officially begin the meeting. I declare meeting number 233 themed Turning Over a New Leaf open. So yeah, over to the TMoD, Toastmaster Dhanushree. And just to add on, like I added, stay here. Yeah. So you have to make sure that this happens, right? Like I pointed out in the previous meeting also, we handshake and we clap in a Toastmasters meeting. So make sure when you come on the stage or you leave the stage, you do a handshake, and all the audience, we have to clap. One more note for the online people, please pin Mansi as she'll be the timer for online people as well. Thank you so much.
Good evening, Toastmasters. I'm Dhanushree and I will be the TMoD for today's meeting. Toastmasters International is a non-profit organization that was founded by Ralph C. Smedley in the year 1924 on October 22nd. The organization focuses on providing a platform to help people become better communicators and leaders. Coming to today's meeting, themed Turning Over a New Leaf. The moment I say something like turning over a new leaf, can someone tell me what is this one thing that just pops up in your head? This one weird decision you took, or something that you did that was very unconventional, or something very weird. It could be really small, it could be a very big decision you took in your life. Does anyone want to share anything that you did? Fine, that's okay.
Hello?
I have.
Can I?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, joining Amrita is a very big decision which I took in my life.
Very, very relatable. Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay. So yeah, just like everyone else, even I have this one incident when I was just thinking about what is this one thing that I did that, made me resonate with this whole phrase of turning over a new leaf. That was just one incident that, just popped into my head. And eventually I will be talking about that in today's meeting. It is very inevitable, as all of us have lived like 20 years of our life. Someday, some very small incident would be something that's very memorable, right? So today's meeting is going to be all about those unconventional, uncustomary, weird decisions we took at some point in our life. In my life, I want to talk about this one incident and one decision. It's more of a decision. So I was in my 8th grade, and we had this option of switching our second language from Hindi to French. Now, for the over impulsive, spontaneous, dynamic, excited kid that I was, I decided, I also happened to meet this one friend of mine whose second language was French. And I thought it would be so cool to, know that fancy language. And I had all of these teenage fantasies of settling in Paris, going to Paris, knowing French and all of it. I'm not even kidding. These were the thoughts that were in my head when I wanted to switch to French as my second language. So I didn't really think about anything. I was like, fine, I'll do this. Just to realize that the next 2 years would be horrible because I couldn't even construct a sentence properly in French. When I say this, I actually mean it. My vocabulary was too bad. People were actually expected to write paragraphs, and I wasn't able to write sentences. And I still ended up doing this. I ended up taking French as my second language. Into my 9th grade, this first class, the teacher was talking about prepositions and adjectives and articles and whatnot. I was just sitting so blank. But it's fine. I thought, okay, fine, one day before the exam, I'm going to study the textbook. Everything's going to be fine. But the whole year, I ended up screwing that subject. Every other subject was good, it was decent. So my academic coordinator, she happened to call me one day and she said, you know what, Dhanushree, you can actually consider changing back to Hindi, like considering the fact that you're not able to, perform as good as other subjects. You can actually consider it before we register for your boards in 10th grade. But again, I didn't want to, accept myself to be incompetent. So I was like, no, ma'am, it's fine. I'll be able to do it. So I continued to take French as my second language. But even after my 9th grade, the final exam, this whole PTM scene is happening. And I actually thought, okay, there would be some kind of progress. But no, it was so screwed up. My marks were so screwed up. Like nobody would believe that this girl's French marks are the same as the same girl who got the same marks in other subjects. There was such a difference. And shit started getting very real at that moment because for all the hype that people gave me that, okay, 10th grade is a huge, it's like a very important phase of your life. It's the stepping stone for your career. All these hype that people gave me, I actually started to feel the fear in me. Until then, it was like, fine, I'll take care of it. But that was the moment where I started realizing that shit is getting real and I can't afford to screw up. But did I screw up or not? You'll eventually get to know. I would now like to call upon our general evaluator, Toastmaster Jasvitha. She says, I believe new beginning is as constant as change. Over to Toastmaster Jasvitha.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Busy people over there. Good evening.
Good evening.
Ah, online folks. Good evening.
Good evening.
So I am Toastmaster Jasvitha and I'm going to be your general evaluator for today's meeting. Well, now, I think all of you are familiarized with what general evaluation is. What is it? Well, I'm getting a lot more answers than I given in the class, but thank you. And yes, general evaluation is simple. From the beginning to the ending of the meeting, I'll be evaluating each and every person who is in the stage and also the audience and the online audience as well. So that's my rule. And for that, I have a team of 3. The timer for today is Toastmaster Mansi. To introduce her, she says, if life gives you lemons, don't make a lemonade. Ask for a shot of tequila because you so need it to get through the life. Toastmaster Mansi.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mansi and I'll be your timer for today. And as a timer, I will be timing the table topic session, the formal speeches, and the evaluations as well. So I will also alert each speaker about the time they have left using the green, yellow, and the red cards. So coming to the table topic sessions, the time limit is from 1 to 2 minutes. At 1 minute, I will raise the green card. At 1.5 minutes, the yellow, and at 2 minutes, I will be raising the red card. Coming to the prepared speeches section, it is from 5 to 7 minutes. So at 5 minutes, I will be raising the green. At 6 minutes, I'll be raising the yellow. And at 7 minutes, it's the red card. Coming to individual evaluations, it should be from around 2 to 3 minutes, where at 2 minutes, I will be raising the green. At 2.5 minutes, I will be raising the yellow card. And at 3 minutes, I will be raising the red card. That's all from my side. All the best to all the speakers of the day. Back to the general evaluator.
The counter for today is Toastmaster Pranav Nair. He says dad jokes are the best jokes. Toastmaster Pranav.
What did the chicken that got hit by a car say? Ah. Good evening, everyone. I'm your accounter for today. My job is to count CRPFs that anyone speaks on the stage, crutches, repeats, pauses, and filters. Crutches are repeated words that are used so that they remember the words that they forgot. Repeats are sentences or phrases which are repeated. Fillers are so, and pauses are non-natural pauses which are taken during speeches. To remember the script, I'll be reporting the number of times each of them were used at the end of the meeting. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav. I think you don't have to become a dad yet for these best jokes. And for the Grammarian, we have Toastmaster Viraj. To introduce him, he says I can directly take the introduction from Toastmaster Aryan because they aren't just best friends, they are introduction friends as well. Toastmaster Viraj.
Good evening, everyone. I am the Grammarian for today's meeting. And as a Grammarian, it's my role to listen to all the speeches carefully and make note of improper grammar usages, language usages, and everything else. So I would like to introduce my word of the day, which is ecstatic. Can anyone guess what is the word? What does the word mean? None. Yeah, you're right. So ecstatic means it is a feeling of immense pleasure and excitement. For example, when India and Pakistan match is happening, the audience in this the people in the stadium are going ecstatic. And the idiom of the day, give it a go. Whenever you're called upon for a table topic speaker or as a table topic speaker, just give it a go. It's fine. So I would encourage the use of the word of the day and the idiom of the day. I'll give my grammarian report at the end of the meeting when called upon. Thank you. Back to Toastmaster Jasvitha.
So that is the introduction of the tag team. And along with these three roles, I would be evaluating all the roles in this meeting and turning over a new leaf. Changes, instances, beginnings. I feel the change is the only constant in our lives. If we feel that our life is going very stagnant, it doesn't have any taste, it doesn't have any joy. What do you feel? I think the TMoD is going to answer that question. TMoD onto the stage.
Now I screwed up my entire 9th grade. And what next? I have 10th, like my board exams. So my parents decided to put me in this French tuition, and I ended up going there. But since I was into a lot of extracurricular activities during my school times, I had to, I found it really hard to balance it, but I felt like, okay, fine, it's achievable. So since I was into a lot of events, I couldn't actually go to tuition on time, and I had to miss classes sometimes. But the teacher, on the other hand, was very, very conventional. She was this strict, proper, conventional teacher. She wants you to be on time. You can't even be like 5 minutes late. And the relationship with that teacher started getting very intense, where at a point she started telling things to me that kind of started to have this sense of self-doubt in me. You know, she started telling things like, you can't do French, you'll fail your 10th grade. How could you even take this decision of second language, that too in 9th grade? Were you so dumb? All of these things. And at a point, it came to the stage where in the middle of the month, she pulls out an envelope and she puts the money, like I paid the entire month's money. And in the middle of the month, she pulls out half of the money, and I'm walking into the tuition and she says, you know what, Dhanushree, you don't have to come to tuition anymore. You can discontinue. Either ways, you're not regular, and I clearly don't think you'll even pass. I don't want you to be in my tuition anymore. That was the moment. Until then, I had the, courage in me. I was like, fine, I'll do it. But that was the moment I started getting so much of self-doubt. Although now it seems like it's a very small deal. I mean, do I even care about my French marks right now? No. Does anyone even care about it right now? No. But that time, it felt like a really big deal for me. And I take that envelope from that teacher and I walk out of that house. I'm in the gate and I'm calling up my mom. So that was I was like, now if I think about it, it feels very silly. It was like, come on, it's too stupid to even worry so much. But that time, I was so helpless. Before I talk about what happened after that, I would like to introduce the first segment of today's meeting, which is the prepared speeches segment. Our first speech evaluator is Toastmaster Arpita. She says, I believe in new starts. So new semester, new me.
Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters, and a special good evening for my target speaker, Toastmaster Nandan. So Toastmaster Nandan is giving his speech on L1P3, which mainly focuses on vocal variety and your body language, and which is in your presentation mastery. And I would like to wish my target speaker all the best and give it a go. Over to the Toastmaster, over to the TMoD.
Our first speaker for today's meeting is Toastmaster Nandan. He says, I would like to be sincere and punctual in the tasks I do. I am a person trying to learn all new things that can make me a better person in my life. Over to Toastmaster Nandan. Embracing change, Toastmaster Nandan.
Thank you, Toastmasters of the day. Greetings, fellow Toastmasters, and yes, I think today no one is there. Embracing change, a journey to personal growth. Change, I would like to tell about the change. Change is a journey to taking on the journey of change. Change is the thing which is the daily part of our life. It is our ever-present companion. It is the thing which is always on our life's voyage. It is the one which daily comes with us. Let's begin by taking that speech. That change is the inevitable. From the day we are born, we undergo a lot of changes in our life, intellectually, physically, and emotionally. Daily, there are changes in our life. We take that may be challenging. Change is challenging in our life, but still it leads to our growth on a slow pace. Though change is inevitable, many of us, why we avoid change. So why we avoid change? When we come to the question why we avoid change. So change happens when that it might be due to the fear. Fear is the primary barrier that we many of us avoid change. Fear of failure, fear of coming out of our comfort zones. That's the primary reason that we all avoid change. But coming, let's talk about the analogy of a caterpillar. The caterpillar, the caterpillar from transforming into a butterfly. So on its journey, how it behaves. So it feels the caterpillar feels uncomfortable on into transforming into the butterfly. But on its way, when it undergoes the transformation, it reaches its new heights. The caterpillar, a butterfly can can reach to the new heights. Similar is in our similar are is our in our lives also. Though going through changes we feel uncomfortable, but the main thing is that we become a better version of ourselves when we undergo changes. Now let's delve into our personal lives itself. When we go changes in our life, it may be change in the schools, it may be the change in the friend circle, it may be the change when we came here for the study purpose from our hometown, especially the hostel people. How much at starting it might be have been challenging, but slowly it led to new perspectives in our lives. So that's how change in our lives is. So embracing change is important in our life, though it is challenging. It leads to a new perspectives in our life, and it's a key it's the learning, it's the thing for learning. It provides us the opportunity for learning and innovation. If I talk about myself in embracing change, it was during my 11th standard that it was after the first COVID wave that our college held practicals for 20 days, and COVID firstly I was confident enough that yeah, what's there, only a month period, and I always used to be strong. So but when my uncle came to drop me off for the during the for up to the room from my home. So at starting I was when he was leaving me and going after dropping me off, I was feeling very sad. I didn't know what was happening, why I'm feeling like that. But I was able to I was able to overcome it by thinking about my studies. But the change that I found, I was really, I never felt that much bad. I never had that much bad feeling during that pace I had. It was because that as I told that I always used to be surrounded by 5 to 6 people. I used to have people around me talk to me, and here for the whole day staying singly in the room, that change was very really difficult for me. The food that I didn't ever ate, that worst food that I ate during that time, I was really very much sad thinking about it. But that change in my life actually helped me a lot. it it taught me a lot. I was able to do my all things. I was able to now after that thing. Now I am sure any part of the world I visit, I can live. And how may be the worst the conditions are, I can stay there and achieve whatever my goal is. I'm sure about it and I'm confident enough. So that's how embracing change fosters adaptability and resilience. So it don't think it as a change as an obstacle in our life. Think it as an opportunity for learning and innovation in our life. It change. In conclusion, what I want to tell is that, fellow Toastmasters, change is not the obstacle in your life. It's the thing. It is the one thing where we can unlock our potentials. It is the way of unlocking our potential within us. It not only leads to the personal growth, but it also leads to unlocking the unknown within us. That's what change is. Finally, I would like to tell that change. We don't like it. We avoid it. But change likes us. We can't avoid it. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nandan. That was indeed a very thought-provoking speech. You really reminded us about how important it is to, embrace and acknowledge the beauty in every journey throughout our life. Next up, I would like to call upon our second speech evaluator, Toastmaster Vinay. He says, I am an ambivert who is very bad with spellings and a person who loves dancing and interacting with people. Over to Toastmaster Vinay.
Am I visible?
Yes, you're visible and you're audible.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Dhanushree. A very good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a very special good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Aditya. I'm Vinay, and I'll be your evaluator for today's meeting. Hi, Aditya. Okay. Let me ask you a simple question. To everyone, how many of you hate your evaluator? Okay. Initially, I cannot see anyone, so there's no purpose in asking this question. But initially, I used to hate my evaluator a lot. But the moment I started taking my evaluation seriously, I started to realize the mistakes in my speech. So evaluation is just like your studies. If you take it very seriously, it helps you become a very good speaker. And if you think it as a passing cloud, you can never develop. And coming to Toastmaster Aditya, today Toastmaster Aditya will be delivering his L3P2 in dynamic leadership. The purpose of the speech is for the speaker is to include a story in his speech or to tell a speech which is a story. And also when I interacted with Aditya, he told me that he would like to improve his impact of speech on his audience. So I'd be evaluating him on these aspects. And I would like to tell you all the best, Aditya. Over to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay. I would now like to introduce our next speaker, Toastmaster Aditya V. He says, I am anxious and I am an overthinker who loves solo traveling. I also am a big foodie. I lack self-confidence. Over to Toastmaster Aditya V. Resilience resonates, navigating life spaces. Toastmaster Aditya V.
Hello, am I audible and visible?
Yeah, you're visible.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests. People might not remember facts, but they'll remember great stories. So today, I'm here to share with you a story of one of my close friends named Sam, who actually motivated me to achieve success in my life. Like, I'm on my pathway to achieve success in my life. So he was a person who had a very traumatic past. He was bullied, he was an overthinker, and he was an indecisive person. So it was his 9th grade. He comes to me and he asked, bro, I don't know what to do. I'm scared because all classes are, I'm having full list. I'm unable to study properly. I'm unable to score good marks. I just don't know what I'm doing with my life. Whereas then I told, see, this is not the end of your life. Good times will come. This is just a small bad phase in your life. Good times are yet to come. Then he's like, okay, bro. Whichever tuitions everywhere he went, all teachers always demotivated him and told he's good for nothing. He can't study everything. Whereas then one of his relative comes up to him and said, see, bro, see, Sam, if you clear 10th grade, you will achieve mental peace. He was so near that he believed it, and he's with so much difficulty he cleared his 10th grade. Unexpectedly, the plot twist was he got good marks, and he came to me up and he said, bro, I got good marks, I'm so happy. Then later he felt, and he told, bro, I can enjoy my life now because everybody said 10th grade is the important part. If you get good marks, it's fine. Whereas then I told, this is not the only thing to clear. Still there are yet to come. So just be ready for it. Then then he found out 12th grade is the one which is most important to clear to get a good engineering seat. So then he was with so much tension in his face. I've seen his dad putting him into Sri Chaitanya College. Then he just don't know how he just didn't understand how to study what and all. Whereas later COVID came with so many struggles, he cleared 12th grade also. Then he had two options, either following his passion of photography or either going into the stream which his dad selected. Whereas since because of his indecisiveness and his overthinking, he had went through the path of what his dad told of choosing computer science. Because I've observed one thing in him, that since his childhood, his decisions were not made by him. His decisions were made by the people around him. So he thought, okay, if I do something what people are not doing, like many people are not doing, I might end up in a bad state. So he never took risks in his life. So then he went off. He took computer science, and then he started engineering. So what do most people think? Okay, if people don't follow their passion, they can't. If people don't follow their passion, they can't succeed. So the same thing happened to this person. He couldn't do well in exams. He was again tensed, and he had backlogs, etc. Whereas at one point he had issues in his class, everything. At one point he thought he was good for nothing. What is the even reason for living? He came to me and he's like, bro, I'm gonna suicide. I'm like, what? Are you even in a senses? See, just because everything is not going in your way, what is expecting it to be, you can't end your life, and that's not the solution for everything. So just, even though you're not following your passion, just show interest on what you do. It's not necessary you completely like what you're doing. Just show interest on what you do. If you show interest, then you might somehow clear the course, and then later follow your passion. Then he took my words seriously, and he actually followed my words, and then he cleared his BTech, and he got a basic level job. Then everybody told, okay, basic level job is not enough. Get a higher package. Everybody forced him. So he felt, okay, everybody were around him told, after 10th you'll get peace in life, after 12th you'll get peace in life, after engineering you'll get peace in life. Whereas that's not. He understood that at one point you have to keep struggling throughout your life to get mental peace, which is for a short time. Even at your retirement, do you think you'll have peace in your life? I'm not sure. Because do you think your kids, nobody can predict future, right? Do you think your kids will take care about you? Do you think you can survive peacefully? Do you think you'll live without any health condition or something? So you can't predict your life. It's completely unpredictable. And just because few days are going bad, you can't just be like, I'll end my life and I can solve all these issues. So because of his overthinking and his indecisiveness, he had actually lost a lot of enjoyment in his life, and he had faced traumatic incidents in his childhood, and even in his engineering, he had many issues with his friends. So therefore, by this story, even though I saw change in him, because the person who was scared to take computers, like scared to, who was ready to suicide, he has now is in a good position with a job. So I felt, okay, change comes, whereas it takes time. But you don't know at which point it will come. In 10th grade, the same person who was bullied, he told to his friends that, see, in 12th, I can chill, enjoy my life in my 12th grade. Whereas 12th grade COVID came. In 12th grade, again, it was online friends he told. He hopes so in engineering, like all those movies he saw, he's like, okay, I can enjoy my life. Whereas in engineering, it was not as he expected it. He had backlogs, he had doubt he would go to placement or not, everything. Whereas after all this, he overcome all those and he got job. So therefore, we have to wait for change and wait for good times in our lives to come. Never take decisions in our bad times. Thank you. Over to TMoD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. That was thank you so much for actually sharing such an inspiring story, because I feel like most of us could relate with it, because at some point in our life we would have found ourselves at that place where we felt we felt like we weren't capable of doing it. But this just reminded us of the fact that no matter how hard things get, it is very important for us to keep going. And thinking of all of this, I just get reminded of this one quote by Martin Luther King. He keeps saying, if you can't fly, run. If you can't run, walk. If you can't walk, crawl, but make sure you keep moving. And I think that's a clear demonstration of that quote. Moving on to the next segment, we have the third speech evaluator, Toastmaster Aditya Meti. He says, I don't need an intro. Just call me Lion and I'm ready to roar on stage. Over to Toastmaster Aditya.
It just took me a few seconds to grasp what the previous speaker was saying. So, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. I hope you are also saying good evening because I can't hear anyways. And a warm good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Pranav.
Evening.
Yeah. So basically, Pranav is doing his L2P3 and his objectives are pretty simple. He has to clearly define how Toastmaster envisions mentoring, and he has to share some aspect of a previous experience as a protege. So I hope you have thoroughly revised your speech and practiced it multiple times and got it reviewed by our evaluator. And dear Pranav, just rock it on the stage and deliver the speeches which we will all love. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya Meti. Next up, we have our third speaker, Toastmaster Pranav. He says, currently transitioning between the silver arrows and the scarlet red. Let's give it up for our third speaker, Toastmaster Pranav. Me and mentor, Toastmaster Pranav.
Hey, you want a quick check? I'm audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and visible. Also, Toastmaster Pranav, can you pin Toastmaster Mansi so you can be aware of the
Yeah, I have done that. She's a time.
Thank you.
Thank you for the reminder. Thank you for the introduction, TMoD. Mentoring. I mean, are you guys serious? Well, apart from the fact that Toastmasters arbitrarily sets you need to clear level 2 to be eligible for being a mentor, I don't feel I can mentor, is what I thought to myself. I'll just give the speech so that I can move to the next speech, is what I genuinely thought. Then, what happened in life was a question dawned about me when I was writing the speech for the first time. All right. I considered. Yeah. Hello.
You're not audible for the past, from the point you started.
Just give me a second. No? Just give me a second.
Yeah.
Better now? I guess it was the Bluetooth earphones which was a problem. I'll just get rid of them.
Yeah, it's fine.
Good. Thank you. Sorry for the hassle, guys. All right. Starting again. Not something which we'll obviously prefer doing, but hey, here we are. So, mentoring and me. I'm pretty sure you guys are not serious with me taking up this title or this speech or even this agenda of mentoring. I don't feel I am made of the metal to do that, is what I thought to myself when I was first writing the speech and I was first drafting it. But guess what? I did one simple error in my own head. Okay, let me throw this question out to the audience. Do you feel mentoring and teaching are two similar words which can be used interchangeably? Very simple question. A quick raise of hands if you feel it is true. All right. I see two hands behind there. And I see the intellectual crowd of the girls and the ladies outside saying, nope, they are different words. And again, ladies are right. They are not the same words. Mentoring and teaching are two completely different boats, is what I understood. Because in teaching, what happens is you have to train a child. See, imagine you are teaching a 1-year-old of what is the number line. He knows what is 1, he knows what is 2. But when you arrange it in a plane for him, give him points, the 1-year-old will think, what is this? Straight line I have learned, slanting line I have learned, point I have learned, circle I have learned. Why are numbers and geometry coming together? I cannot make sense of it, is what a 1-year-old will think. But then telling the 1-year-old that this is how the world works, this is the system, is teaching. Mentoring is an entirely different piece of cake. Mentoring is when the same 1-year-old tells you that I want to fill my water bottle. And you fill it and you tell him that the water bottle can be filled there. The 1-year-old takes his water bottle, goes to the water filling station, opens the cap, puts it under the water place, tries to press it. But poor lad is not able to have enough force to press it down. And that time he says, water is not coming, and you go and help him out. That is mentoring. Guiding someone to excel in the way they want to do things and not changing their own method, way, idea is mentoring. And teaching is making a sculpture. When you're given a clay and you mold it into something beautiful, you are a sculptor. You are teaching the clay to form a shape. But when you're given a piece of glass or obsidian and you're chipping it to form a knife or to form a beautiful glass sculpture instead of melting it and keeping it there, that is mentoring. And that is something which I feel I might be cut out for. In this Toastmasters journey, I have had two mentors so far. One, my initial mentor, has been Dinesh. Let me take a few minutes to talk about it. Dinesh was a mentor for me who started annoying me since the day I joined after he was assigned to me as a mentor. He's like, have you logged into the website? This is the first question which he has asked me for 4 days, which I failed to. Then for the next week, he asked me every day that, have you chosen your path? And when I said no, he diligently took the time to tell me which each path corresponded to and what it meant. Then, when I started giving speeches, he told me that, hey, Pranav, you have boundless energy, but you sometimes fluster and fumble on the stage. You need to stop doing that. You need to have a clear context of what you're speaking. Which I did agree after that, and I've started to try and implement. And I hope nobody gets a mentor like he did, because my mentor Dinesh at that point pressed me to go for every role in the previous XCOM elections. So right from the president, which I had prepared for, down to the SA, every role. Go and give your nomination. Go and speak. Go on floor. Give your pitch. What's the worst that can happen? And genuinely, what's the worst that could have happened? But then, thanks to him and his constant persuading, I took up the role of the SA, the previous XCOM. And then my inter shuffle happened. By the time I finished my L2P2, that is my previous speech, like a day before I was supposed to give my previous speech, my mentor shifted to Gopika, taking 2 minutes to speak about her as well. She has been a mentor who has been, for me, someone who I have not approached much because, hey, this is the first speech which I'm giving, which she has been my mentor for entirely. But as far as I've known her, she has been someone who has let me take my own path and just told me that she has nudged me that don't do this. This is something which you can do. You can avoid doing that. Instead of changing me entirely. Now coming to my experiences on why I feel I can be cut out to be a mentor and maybe not a teacher. I have never been someone who can work from the scratch and get things done. I get frustrated very easily. But if you give me something which is incomplete or which I feel is imperfect, then I can try my best to make it as good as I can or as good as it wants to be, which is more important here. But then every field needs an experience, right? You're not going to hire a fresher to be the CEO of a company. Won't all of us dream that? Our first job is the CEO of Alphabet. How many of you think that is a dream which is possible or even improbable? None. I saw one hand go up back there. Viraj, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. Well, I'll appreciate the confidence, but a little impractical, I'll say. But then, again, when you grow up through the stages, when I was handling many, let's say, school teams, school projects and all, but then came more significant point in time for me. I was put in charge of coordinating events for my school's final annual day. All right, 10th standard, you have your board pressure separately, but I put my name in to coordinate an annual day. And if you have seen me or even known me, you know I can't move or shake a leg on the dance floor in rhythm at all. But guess what I was put in charge of? All the dances and the contests and the events related to that. And I was supposed to be the person who was making sure that it went off in a flow. And let's just say, I pulled it out with such a charm that till now I am quoted as an example to conduct a dance event. Can you guys believe that? I myself couldn't. And I myself didn't know. I got to know this from my own younger brother, who's in the same school. And he told me that teachers and coordinating people still quote you when they quote coordination of events. And I just hope he was not being sarcastic when he said they didn't quote me in the wrong light. Now, that'll be my time. And back to the TMoD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav, for clearly emphasizing the significance of teachers and mentors in each of our lives, and also to demonstrate that subtle difference between a teacher and a mentor. It clearly influenced a lot of our perspectives. Moving on to the next segment of today's meeting, we will now move into the table topic session. So I would like to introduce, before I introduce the TTM, where was I? I was standing in the middle of the road, like, man, I just got kicked out of tuition and I'm standing out there. I'm helpless. I don't know what to do. I just called my mom and then she came to pick me. She spoke to the teacher. She picked me. I went home. That night, for the first time, I felt like I took a very impulsive decision and my whole spontaneous nature was like, I just hated it. I made that decision and now I have to face all of these consequences. I could have just played the safe game. I could have taken Hindi. I could have enjoyed life. Why do I even have to face so much trauma? But now that I took that decision, there's no way. I have to pass my 10th grade. And yeah, I didn't know how to construct sentences, but I was expected to write paragraphs. There's no way out right here. You have to do it. You have to do something. So I go and enroll myself after a lot of difficulties of searching for tuitions in the middle of an academic year. I happened to go to one teacher, and needless to say that she was someone who really understood me. She was patient enough with me. She was supportive in like every single aspect. And slowly she started understanding what I have to learn and how, like, what are the ways that she could, do the job faster. And it all started, I started going to tuition almost every day. All those little efforts that I put in every day, after a month or something, I started to realize that I am getting better, this whole feeling. And the effort that I put each day, it just got accumulated. And that effort was a source of motivation in the first place for me. So this kept going on. And a month or two later, I was in this place where I literally sat down every day. And for 1 hour, I would just pick up random topics from the internet and write like paragraphs or letters on it, and I would, like, open the dictionary, pull out 5 to 10 words every day, and then just keep revising those words every day. For all the 2 whole months, everything that ran into my head was just French words and like articles and prepositions and adjectives. That was everything I knew for those 2 months, because that was the only way I could pass. So this was the scene. And then fast forward to like 2.5 months, I had to go write my board exams. And I did. That day after writing my board exam, I honestly didn't worry about the results. I was surprised that I didn't worry about the results because I was supposed to, right? I just felt satisfied. I wasn't happy. I wasn't like, too excited or just overwhelmed by my performance. I was just satisfied. Before you know why I was just satisfied, I'll just actually get back to the table topic session. I'll now call upon Toastmaster Aryan, who is the table topics master for today's meeting. He says, I like turning over a new leaf.
The meeting feels dull. So everyone just enjoy. Now this session is going to be fun. The questions will be a bit different. It won't be so strict, formal, and you might enjoy it. So just chill, and I'm sure all of you will do well. So I am Aryan, or as most people refer to me as the extremely good-looking, cute, why are you laughing? Cute, handsome, rich, tall. Did I mention cute? I'm cute. Okay. But today, I'm just a normal Toastmaster, like all of you, trying to see how the other side lives. Okay, so hi everyone, I'm Toastmaster Aryan, and today I'll be the table topic master of meeting 233. And in my role as the table topic master, I'll ask you a question, and you shall answer the question in 2 minutes. And just like a Viva, each of these questions will be a bit different than other, and I think nice. At least that's what my mentor says so. So who wants to be my first victim? Sorry, volunteer. Any volunteers? No volunteers. I will pick. I love it. Nikhilesh, huh? Can you hear me, Nikhilesh?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? I'm in the middle of the road.
Okay, I want to ask you, do you want a long question or a short question?
See, okay. You can give me any question you want, but just make sure that people on the road don't judge.
Okay, again, long question or short question?
Up to you. You're the TP.
Again, long question or short question?
You know what? Just a short question.
Okay, fine. I'll give you the long question.
Right.
First question. Listen to it properly. If you don't, you might not understand it. Why? That's the question. Why? Question mark. Did you understand the question?
Wait, it's a bit long. Let me just process it. Why is it why?
Why? Question mark. Over to you, Toastmaster Nikhilesh.
Thank you, table topic master, for such a creative topic. I'm not sure where you picked it. I picked this question from, but answering the question why. This is a question rather than wanting to answer it. I want to address it because there are a lot of questions. There are a lot of things I'm asking why. To which, like, why am I doing this? Why am I here in this meeting? I'm standing in the middle of the road. Why am I going to my hometown now? Why am I doing engineering and all of that? But to address all of this in a very subtle and or complicated manner as well, it could make it complicated. Anything and something which makes me happy is the reason, and I'm not going to say that is the reason. Wait, I'm in the middle of the room. Am I even making sense? Can I get an affirmation if I'm making any sense? Correct. No affirmation. Well, so did the question. It didn't make any sense to me. So back to the table topic master.
Okay, a great table topic. Okay, who wants to be my next prey? Sorry, volunteer. Anyone? No one? Okay. Okay. Now, many of us are not superstitious, some of us are superstitious, but there's always one superstition we believe, no matter what. What is the superstition you believe?
Okay. What is that one superstition that I believe? You know, whenever you watch cricket and you have this friend who wants to get up and go somewhere, but you forcefully make them sit so that India can win. Do you really think that that person sitting right there or just walking somewhere, dancing somewhere, really affects the chances of Indian team? You don't think that, right? But still we make it do that as our contribution for our nation. Similarly, if anything good happens in my life, I try to recreate that situation again and again in my life so that that good thing happens again and again. And what I was thinking are my results. I don't know whether they are superstition or not, but from my first semester, no, not from my first semester, from my 10th grade, it's very usual that I sit in my hall on the divan and my mom sits in front of me and I check my result in front of her. And she always looks at me with that look of judgment. And that's when I think I get good results. It happened for 10th, it happened for 11th. Yes, in my state, we have 11th exams also. It happened for 12th, it happened for SEM 1, SEM 2, SEM 3, SEM 4. But for the SEM 5, I was in my hostel and I checked and it bombed. So whether it be superstition or not, for the semester 6, I'm running home even though it's the working day. So that's a superstition, I believe. Back to the TTM.
Great answer. Now, I am not superstitious, but I am a little stitious. The only thing you can say I believe in was Bloody Mary. How many of you know the concept, the dark matter of Bloody Mary? For some of you who don't know, it is essentially when you go 3 a.m. in the night in front of a bathroom mirror, I don't know why bathroom, and say Bloody Mary 3 times. Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, and Bloody Mary. Ideally, what is supposed to happen is she comes in front of you and kills you or haunts you, or I don't know. In hindsight, that what she did was not clear to me. But that is something that used to haunt me till my 10th grade. If I had to go to washroom in the middle of the night, I rather just sit there and pee myself than go to the bathroom. Now, obviously, I've gotten out of that phase, but I'm still, I don't like to say Bloody Mary 3 times. What if she's waiting for me? So now, next table topic. Who wants to go? Nandan wants to go. Come. Do you know Chitty the robot? You are Chitty the robot for the next 24 hours. What do you do?
If I am Chitty the robot, the thing I would do is complete my all these degrees within a year and get and sit for the placement and get a good placement offer on that. I will complete my all internships. I will become the CEO of the biggest company, whatever I can. That's what is, I think. That in that movie it is there now that we can go through the all books just through scanning. Then I would do the thing that I would accumulate how much ever knowledge I can in that whole day, and I would complete my all the degrees if I become a Chitty the robot for that 24 hours. Thank you.
Great answer. Next time, if ChatGPT and AI take over the world, I know who to call to help us out. Who is the next participant? The Lord. Dhanushree. Don't worry, I'll give you a chance. I'll tell you a quote. Everything in the world is either a pineapple or not a pineapple. Do you understand the quote? Everything in the world is either a pineapple or not a pineapple. Explain the quote.
Okay, let me first define what a pineapple is. Okay, in my own terminology, at least I am. Let me just define it now at the moment. Like in my perspective, I'm going to define pineapple, something that is in the middle of two different extremes. Say, for example, there's black on one extreme and there's white on the other extreme. I am going to define pineapple now as the gray region. Stating that quote again, everything is either a pineapple or not. If you just think about it, let us just think about human existence as a whole. Do all of us have a completely happy day? I think most of us don't, right? At least for me, if I wake up in the morning with like a really happy face, fully excited for the day, fully motivated, by night, I would have at least one breakdown session. That is it, right? Life is that it's a blend of so many different things. I don't think we even have any extreme. You can't just be completely happy for one whole day, or maybe some of you who are lucky enough could, essentially have those kind of days. But for me, at least, it's never happened. So I feel like everything is a blend of emotions, and I think human existence as a whole is just meant to be like that. And that is why you can clearly classify something to be a pineapple or not. Thank you.
You have to handshake. Again, do not take these questions seriously. The point is just to have a different thing. I know it's bad. I know it's different. I know some I gave hard. But the point is you'll remember this. That is all that matters. Now, the final topic. Who wants to go? Which one of you want to go? You guys decide. Oh, rock, paper, scissors. Oh, okay. Okay. For the online audience, Arpita 1, Toastmaster Arpita 1. Can I continue my meeting or no? Okay. Let's just say you can commit a crime. If you commit a crime, no one will know about it and it will go unnoticed and you won't get punished for it. What crime do you commit? You have to do it. You understand the question? You can commit a crime, no one will find out about it and you'll go unnoticed. What do you do?
Well, there are many crimes going in my head, honestly. But yeah, there's one crime according to my parents. That is, I should be a good girl. That is being an obedient kid, which I am not. But they at least believe me in this percent that I, won't, pull up a drink or I won't go for a night out. So I think I would take a risk to commit a crime according to them. That is, either have a drink, because it makes me too curious that how is it that everyone is addicted, or try non-veg because people are crazy behind it. What is so crazy behind it that people try to convince the vegetarians to have it? Okay, so with that, yeah, and again, another is people always think that trying, being. Oh yeah.
Thank you. On special request from the audience, we have one more question. Who wants to do it? Pranav. Being honest, I ran out of questions. Okay. So let's do this. Audience, give me one word each. And he'll have to make a story based on those words. 3 words in total. Give any word. It can be the most random thing in the world. Huh? Nandan. Nandan is one.
Can I?
Yeah, go for it.
Drugs.
I don't know if that is allowed in the Toastmasters. Okay, it is allowed. It is allowed. Okay, Nandan, drugs, and one more. Huh? Slippers mean chappal. Slippers. Okay. Okay, so Nandan, drug. Nandan. Okay. No, Nandan, drugs, slippers. Let's keep 3 only. So otherwise he'll forget it all. Nandan, drugs and slippers. Do you know the words? Yes. Can you just repeat it for me once?
Nandan, drugs and slippers.
Perfect. Make a story that has all 3 words in it.
July 2024 was the day I was very happy because that's the day I get to live in hostel, day scholar. Okay, I'm happy. I get out, take my stuff. Finally, I'll be free. I'm going to hostel. Sem 3 is going to start, but we live in hostel. And apparently we get a new block and Sem 2, not Gokul, I guess, anymore. Okay. So I'm going there. I open the room. I see someone sitting here in his pair of slippers. Nandan wearing slippers. Man's chilling around. And then there's some chalk powder lying there. Okay, maybe he's into teaching students, I guess. And I go sit in my room. After some time, another big buff dude comes in. Huh? This is first day, bro. Chill. I'm scared. But that was the first dude. Then comes another big, and I mean big, big guy. Buddy, are you quality control? Who's making all this? Nandan's Walter White Award. I guess he is. I'll never know. After me seeing all this, guys are like, you either in or you down. I guess. Now, drug cartel, money. Let's go.
Great answer. Just to reiterate, it is a joke and all the drugs were legal and FDA approved. That is it for my table topic session. Some of you might not have liked it. Some of you may have loved it, but I know that you'll remember it for some time to come. And with that, I'd like to give it back to the TMoD, Toastmaster Dhanushree.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aryan. Pretty funny it was. We will now move into a break for 5 minutes. Timer, please tell us when the time's up. Where was I? I just told you guys that I finished my French exam. I mean, I'm really sorry if I'm making this seem like a very big deal. After all, it was just one exam, that was like my second language, that was my 10th grade exam, doesn't even matter now. But then you'll actually get to know eventually when I understood how small things create big differences. So after I wrote that exam, right, I didn't feel anything. Honestly, I didn't feel happy. I didn't feel sad. I didn't have this slightest thought of I could have done better. Nothing, absolutely nothing. I was just satisfied. Okay, it's over. It's over. I go back. I start to enjoy my vacation. I mean, technically no, because we were in that whole COVID scenario and stuff. But every time I got reminded of, results and everything, here and there, friends used to talk about it. So I would go up to mom and I would say, just in case I pass that French exam, no, I need to go back to that teacher and show my marks card to her, because I have to let her know that I'm not a loser and I actually passed the damn exam. That was the only thing that I wanted. Just like a pass, nothing more than that, nothing less than that, just that. Fast forward to like 1.5 months of all of these, beautiful thoughts of me going and showing my marks card and everything. My results came out one fine day. I mean, I'm guessing most of the time when someone comes up onto the stage and when they speak about a very an incident or an event like this, it's very likely that the outcome is very positive, right? You audience for a fact know that, okay, fine, in the end maybe she passed, or maybe her results were like too good. That's the pretty conventional ending. But what more could you expect from a girl who didn't know words, who didn't know how to make sentences? How could she even write paragraphs? How could she even write letters? You can't. That's just close to being completely impractical. That is it. That is it. But before I move on with the whole suspense of what really happened on the results day, I would now like to move into the evaluation part. So I call upon the general evaluator, Toastmaster Jasvitha.
Thank you, TMoD. For the evaluation segment, let me first call the speech evaluator 1, Toastmaster Arpita, to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Nandan.
So, embracing change, unlocking our potential. So, Toastmaster Nandan, your speech was structured, but you always look towards this audience. You never face these audience there. It was only towards this, and you did use some stage like here, and that's it. And you did include the structure. It had a story, it had the meaning of your own title, and also it highlighted all. I love the way how you gave example of a caterpillar transforming to the butterfly. But there are very much look backs upon your speech. That is, you were always looking to the right of the audience where the major audience were there, and you were just looking at here. And your hand gestures weren't that great, because you could have at least emphasized on your movement. For example, you told that you had a joint family and then you moved on to hostel. That would have been better. And your voice wasn't monotonous, but it looked as if you're reading a book. Okay, so when you're telling you were telling I was really sad, and then you could have emphasized it more on that, and then you could have told that, oh, I was from the joint family and then I came towards a really new environment and then you became sad. So give it a pause, or like give it a very low tone, so that your voice doesn't sound monotonous. Whereas you did seem a bit nervous in the start. Make sure you have a really good practice in behind. For example, 5 times, 6 times from before, and get your mentor on the call and repeat it, or tell him or her to listen to you, whatever is happening. All right. And next is, and then you were nervous in the start and also in the end. For example, in the end, you could have given it a go when you tell good change. That's a KGF dialogue, right? So it could have been change. I can't avoid, but change will like me. That's the way. So with that, I would like you to repeat this whole thing, because you haven't. I'm sorry to say, but you haven't covered the expectations what you need. For example, hand gestures, or let it be body language or anything. So with that, thank you. And over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arpita. To first evaluate the speech evaluator. Remember, the first rule of speech evaluation is to bring back the speaker onto the stage. Yes, the speech evaluation, you need to inculcate the suggestions, you need to tell the speaker how good he can go through it. And the first thing which I want you to do is, this is the mistake, I won't call it a mistake. This is an approach which I used to take a lot of meetings. I used to write down how he can improve, so that I would just forget the good parts of the speech as well. So I would like you to make a section in your speech for all the good elements that he has noted, the speaker has noted. And one more thing which I would suggest you is the parts where you felt connected. You know, when you open the evaluation segment, you have a few points for the eye contact, audience awareness, and the comfort level of the speaker. So all of these aspects can also be graded in your speech evaluation. And along with this, while giving your suggestions or improvements, you just suggest the speaker and have a positive tone, and you're good to go. Great evaluation, Toastmaster Arpita. And coming to the speaker, Toastmaster Nandan, the speech was titled Embracing Change, and the purpose of the speech is body language and vocal modulation. The content was really great, Toastmaster Nandan. You have started with why change is really important, how you were going through your life with the change and your personal experiences. And what I want you to do is to think about various body language and vocal modulations that you can inculcate along with your speech. And while doing it, practice it again and again, and have a small audience with you to see how these small changes can bring a vital impact. And I have observed that you are catching your mic with your two hands, which would limit the usage of your hands for the gestures. So maybe while practicing, most of the stages will have a mic. So use a bottle as a mic so that you can have an experience of the stage as well. This is my evaluation for Toastmaster Nandan. And for Toastmaster Aditya Vijaypu, we have his evaluator, Toastmaster Veerabhadra.
A very good evening once again. Aditya, can you turn on your camera? Hey, hi. Good evening, Aditya. Okay. So moving on to your speech. Firstly, am I audible and visible?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to your speech. When I was sitting for my placements, I always used to have this thought that when would I get placed and what is happening with me and what is wrong with me. But after listening to your speech, I realized those days, and I think about myself, how I went through that situation. So your speech is very inspirational. And I think for present fourth year students, it will be very useful and helpful. And that's a wonderful speech. And now I would like to follow a method called a masala dosa method, in which I'll be telling all good things which you have excelled at. And I'll put some masala into it and telling some places which you have been a bit better. And I'll wrap it up and I'll be telling the whole agenda of your speech. So moving on to the dosa part, the things which I've really loved about your speech is the script. The way you wrote your script, you just introduced your friend's character. You just told his childhood, how it has been. You just told his interests, which is a very good way of starting a story, so that everyone would feel connected when you are delivering a particular story in your speech. And the way you used your grammar is just awesome, so that we would feel involved in that story. And I was thinking a bit that what is it in the middle of the speech? I was thinking that where is he taking us? So at the ending, you have given a proper conclusion for him, and that's a proper justification for the story. And now moving on to the places which you have been a bit better. In the middle of your speech, you just started giving your speech in a fast pace. So, which I think you might lack in preparation. So I would like you to develop that thing. And then in the middle of your speech, you started looking upwards, like you're recalling your speech. So that is few places or parts where audience will get disconnected to your speech. And also at the end, I felt that you have brushed a bit. The ending was awesome, but I felt that you have brushed a bit. So you should work on those parts. And on a whole, it's a very good speech, a good script, but it might have been a bit better. That are a few suggestions which I would like to give you. And a small advice: prepare your speech properly before going onto the stage. And for the audience, I just felt that an Aryan audience is disturbing the speech in between by turning on his mic. So I just suggest you not to disturb a speaker when he's speaking. And that's it with my evaluation. And over to you, Jasvitha.
Thank you, Toastmaster Vinay. I first want to appreciate the fact that you have interacted with the speaker and you have known what he wants to improve in his speech. And the speaker has said that he wants to improve the impact on the audience. So kudos for that. And one more thing is that you have used a unique method, masala dosa method. I think we have to change this ways we can give our evaluation as well. This will act as a forte for us as well. And I really like the way where you had enough time for the good parts and you have started the suggestion just right after the green card has started. So I have to appreciate you for that as well. And Toastmaster Vinay, as the speaker has told about the impact on the audience, I want you to inculcate a few more points. And at the end of your speech evaluation, I suggest you to summarize your whole speech evaluation as well. Those are the suggestions that I give you. And the speech evaluation for Toastmaster Aditya. Your purpose was to include a story in your speech. And you have started with a story. One suggestion that I would give you is to not use a virtual background. And we couldn't see much of the body language because for storytelling, I feel body language plays a very vital part. And your hand gestures were really limited. So I want you to work on that as well. And as for your speech, all the good parts are already covered by Toastmaster Vinay. Just a few more suggestions that I want to give you is about the positions. While you are enacting about two different roles, I want you to turn and have a conversation as well. So that's something that you can take as a challenge for your next speeches. And one thing that I have noticed is your title. Resilience resonates navigating life spaces. Well, sometimes we might feel that the speech title is a bit complex to connect with your whole speech. In those cases, I suggest the speaker to have a paragraph about this, how this speech title is going to be used in your speech as well. So the audience will be connected even more. And about your conclusion, I have listened to your speech and nowhere was it mentioned about the suicide, the backlogs in the BTech, but suddenly I felt in the conclusion there were a mentioning of all these things in the conclusion. What I strongly feel is that in the conclusion, don't say about any new things. Say about the things that you have already mentioned so that the audience will not be lost. So these are the suggestions that I want you to inculcate in your further stories. Overall, it's a very great speech and kudos for you, and I feel you have improved a lot. And that's my evaluation for speaker 2. For evaluating speaker 3, Pranav, we have Toastmaster Aditya Meti.
Well, good evening, fellow Toastmasters, and a warm good evening to my target speaker, Toastmaster Pranav. Toastmaster Pranav? Are you there? Okay, I think he's scared of me, but anyways. Moving on to my evaluation. I would like to follow the Pani Puri method. I'm not following Toastmaster Vinay, but just saying Pani Puri method, which I think many of us will like. Especially now is the time to have them. So anyways, I would like to start with the good part, just like how the crispy part of the Pani Puri is the best part. Similarly, in your speech, you had a couple of good parts like audience interaction I felt you had a bit of audience interaction in your speech, which was commendable. You used props, visual aids, and visual aids give us a whole entire new level of your speech, because imagine saying I broke a mirror, and imagine you actually break a mirror in front of the stage and you say I broke a mirror like this. Then people will obviously be attracted to your speech and will be like, okay, what else? What else did you break? So the visual aids were there. You used a bottle or something. Yeah, you used a bottle. And the flow of your speech was also proper. You started slowly, went intense in your body, and concluded well. And you had a sprinkle of humor in your speech. I would say just a pinch, not much, not less. And it was a good proportion. You also spoke about two of your mentors, which I would say was okay, but actually it would be better if you just spoke about one. But anyways, you gave two varieties of your mentors. And now coming to uh, the things that can take your speech to the next level, just like how the Pani Puri guy adds an additional taste without washing his hands. Just like that, you can take your speech to another new level by improving on certain aspects. For example, you started with a negative sentence. You said, I don't think I can mentor. This was your first sentence when you started your speech. I think you can rephrase it and modify it according to convenience and make it non-negative. You should also not close your eyes. I felt you were closing your eyes in between. I mean, your eyes are the most beautiful things in your body, so I think you should not close them. You should interact with the audience with your eyes and draw them to yourself. Okay, it's a bit romantic, but okay. Anyways, going to the conclusion part, I felt your conclusion was good, but not pretty clear. You just said that this will be my time, and that was when I realized your speech was over. And then I was about to clap. But then it should not be like that. You should use a couple of quotes. You should add on a few things. You should give us some kind of a summary of your speech. Any of these could have been done, and I think if you did all these things, it would be good. And coming to the challenges, I felt you should add quotes and work more on your vocabulary. I felt, yeah, that's it from my side. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, for your wonderful Pani Puri method. What I have to appreciate you a lot is the optimistic method that you have taken for your speech evaluation. You have not only encouraged the speaker, but also have given the suggestions, the good parts, and the improvements in your speech. So I don't have many improvements for you. That's it. And to evaluate Toastmaster Pranav. Toastmaster Pranav?
Right here, yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav. Your speech purpose was to tell how Toastmasters envisions mentoring and tell a previous experience. You have started your speech telling about the mentoring and teaching, and you have given wonderful examples for each. You have simplified how mentoring is different from teaching. But one aspect that I have felt is that the script can be written again and it can be improvised a lot so that the content can be reduced so that you can have more time for the further parts of your speech. Sometimes I felt it's taking a bit more time for the rest parts of your speech. And you had wonderful quotes and you have differentiated. One suggestion that I give you is that you have inculcated everything, but you have started your own experiences after the yellow card. You started telling about your school and your brother, etc., and I think it crossed the red card. While this thing is not really important for your speech and it might deviate a bit from your speech, you can, if you want to if you want to add it, write it in your speech in different segments rather than in the conclusion, and have a proper conclusion at the end of your speech. I want you to manage your time effectively and draft the speech as well. Thank you. That's my evaluation. And yes. evaluation still there. Before we go to the general evaluation of the meeting, I want to call my tag team onto the stage to give their evaluation. The Grammarian Toastmaster Viraj.
Good evening again. The word of the day and the idiom of the day. Thank you, everyone, because no one of you used it. When? Which one? Okay, so moving on, improper grammatical usages. So into my ninth grade, it should have been in my ninth grade. Change, which comes with us. Change, which comes to us. Provides us opportunity for learning and innovation. Provides us opportunity for learning and innovating. Why am I feeling like that? Why I was feeling like that? As the speaker was telling his speech or her speech in past tense. With struggle, he cleared 12th grade out. With there was no need of saying out. It was just with struggle, he cleared 12th grade. Going to do suicide, going to commit suicide. I don't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. It should have been. Nervous on the start. It should have been nervous in the start. Then I wanted to turn and see you speak. It, as the evaluator was telling this to a speaker, so it should have been I wanted to see you turn around and give speech. It might have been a bit better. It could have been a bit better. It was the correct word. I realized those days. It should have been I remembered those days. And talking about codes, thoughts, and words, embracing change fosters adaptability and resilience. We don't like change, but change likes us, and we cannot avoid it, avoid that. And the third one, if you cannot fly, run. If you cannot run, walk. If you cannot walk, crawl, but keep on moving. So this is my grammarian report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Viraj, for effectively summarizing the whole segment. One suggestion that I would give you is that whenever a person uses a great quote, you can tell their name as well. That I would like for us to commemorate in our speeches so that we can see Toastmaster Dhanushree said, if you can't run, fly. Sorry, if you can't fly, run. So if you you get what I say, right? And as per the Grammarian report, what I want you to say is that instead of saying that, okay, this is the wrong usage, you can tell why it's the wrong usage as well, so that we can improve on that aspect as well. For the R counter report, we have Toastmaster Pranav.
Okay, let's start with the prepared speeches. Toastmaster Nandan, he seemed a bit nervous in the starting, so had a bit of repeats then, after which he picked up his pace. Toastmaster Aditya had a bit of repeats and ours were a bit repeated too. Toastmaster Pranav had a pretty good speech with only 2 repeats. And now let's move on to the evaluation segment. Toastmaster Arpita, she had only 2 which is very good. Toastmaster Vinay had 1 which is very great. Toastmaster Aditya had very less. He had only 1 which is pretty good. And that's with my R counter report. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Pranav. And one suggestion that I would give you is that when you're introducing the role is really, really important. And I want to give you to give examples for each of the CRPFs as well. And while talking to the online audience, look at the camera, not the projector. Yes. And for the timer report, we have Toastmaster Mansi.
Hello, everyone. So I'm going to start off my report with the prepared speeches. For the prepared speeches, the time limit was 5 to 7 minutes. So coming to Toastmaster Nandan, it was 7 minutes and 18 seconds. Since you had 30 seconds buffer time, it was in the time limit. Coming to Toastmaster Aditya, it was 7 minutes and 10 seconds. The same case, your time was within the buffer time, so you were pretty good. Then coming to Toastmaster Pranav, your time was actually 7 minutes and 48 seconds. So it crossed a little bit. You see the point? So maybe next time you can do much better. And coming to evaluations, Toastmaster Arpita took 2 minutes and 35 seconds. Toastmaster Vinay took 3 minutes and 21 seconds. Toastmaster Aditya took 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Since all of them could complete their evaluations in time, I think kudos to all the speech evaluators for today. And then coming to the table topic session, Toastmaster Nikhilesh took 1 minute and 9 seconds. Toastmaster Jasvitha took 1 minute and 37 seconds. Toastmaster Nandan took 46 seconds. Toastmaster Dhanushree took 1 minute and 27 seconds. Toastmaster Arpita took 1 minute 8 seconds, and Toastmaster Pranav took 2 minutes and 7 seconds. Once again, everyone were in the time limit, but I just have to ask, Toastmaster Nandan, your question was about Chitti the robot, right? How come you've not spoken about Aishwarya Rai? I mean, I would have spoken 1 minute only about her. And also coming to the time taken by the tag team. Understand. Okay. Toastmaster Viraj took 1 minute and 47 seconds. Toastmaster Pranav took 51 seconds. And I've not timed myself because I'm timed myself. So that's all from my side. Thank you. Back to the general evaluator. Yes.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi, for your crisp report. And one suggestion that I would give you is to show the cards while you are introducing the rule, both for the online and offline environment, as we have both the times. And regarding the timings, one suggestion that I would give any tag rule member is to know more about their own role. So you can tell the speaker how well they can improve in their timings. Here you have told Toastmaster Nandan how he could improve with his own table topic. You have told him how he can cross 1 more minute. And similarly, for each of the speaker or each of the table topic, there can be one such aspect where the timing is really, really crucial, and you can help them how to improve it. And sometimes for a speaker, while you are talking about any speaker crossing the conclusion or starting the conclusion after the red card is started, you can tell them. And sometimes when you are talking about even the TTM or the table topic master, TTM is the table topic master, the TMoD or the general evaluator taking more than their given time, or a speaker or a role taker is taking less than their given time, you can tell them. And one more thing is that the R counter as well, you can tell how to increase the quality of their speech. That's the evaluation for the tag team. Moving on to the evaluation of the meeting. Hi, dear audience. How many of you know about the SAA rules? How many of you have been an SAA once or twice? How many of you have phones with you? How many of you have used it in this particular meeting? Thank you for that. One thing that never leaves our hand is our phone. And we do understand that phone is a really vital part of our lives, and we can't be far from it even in our classes. It's really important that you keep your phone aside for the meeting and concentrate what's going on in this with the speaker. You know what really makes Toastmasters different is not just the speaker will come onto the stage and they will improve the speaking skills. It's also the fact that you will also improve your listening skills and you will also learn something from the speaker. So for that, I think it's important that you keep your phone aside for some time. So are you going to do that? I am also going to do that. I use my phone a lot. So let's do that together, right? Yes, no. Thank you. You have been a wonderful audience. Yeah, clap for yourself. You deserve it. It's okay. It's okay. Leave it there. As per the general evaluation of today's meeting, Toastmaster Aryan is the SCA for today's meeting. He has given us the 3 wonderful rules and he has been following them throughout the meeting. Right, Aryan? I really appreciate the energy that you have started the meeting. I just came here with loud music in my ears, thinking, how am I going to not come out from my sleepy mode? But with your energy, I was able to come out. So kudos for that. And you have described the rules. One suggestion that I would give you is to talk about the theme a bit. You look at the agenda, this is given certain time to introduce, to inculcate, to interact with the audience. You can do that. That's one suggestion. The presiding officer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Sanidhya. I understand the work that he has put in the meeting. He has started the meeting with the announcements. As Toastmaster Sanidhya, the first thing that a presiding officer does is to open the meeting. Then do all your announcements. And what I have liked a lot is you to tell the audience to handshake and clap. Thank you, Toastmaster Sanidhya, for that. And the TMoD of today's meeting, Toastmaster Dhanushree. Toastmaster Dhanushree, when I have looked at the theme, it felt like a philosophical session, but it wasn't. It was so optimistic session, and you were able to engage the audience and you were able to tell your very own story. I want everyone to clap her. Yeah. One thing that I've observed is that a speaker struggles with vocal modulation at the start of their Toastmaster journey. But when I was seeing her talk on this stage, she was able to do vocal modulation with ease. And most of the times when I tell the audience to keep their phone aside or look at this stage, even I don't do that for most of the speakers. But once I put that down for one of the role and I look at the speaker, I notice a lot of things. So that's one thing I want to give for the audience as well. One suggestion and one more thing is the language usage. The word shit, right? This is the second time Toastmaster Dhanushree that you have used. I have seen you using it in the last meeting as well. And yes, when we are on the stage, it's really common for us to speak our heart out and we tend to use this. But it's really important that we do in a formal setup so that when we go to some interview and we don't do it in front of an interviewer. And then they'll be like Gen Z. So that's a suggestion for you. One more important thing that I have noticed is the hooks that you're using. Hooks are really, really important for your any speeches. For maybe the suspense, for a transition, a hook is really important. Anyone wants to say the hooks that she has used? Anyone has noticed any hooks? Yes? Speak aloud. Okay. Okay. Well, each and every time she has left the audience with some suspense. So that's something I really liked. One more suggestion that I would give you is for the speaker to come onto the stage and then tell the speech title. And while you're telling the speech title, tell the speaker name, speech title twice, and then the speaker name. So for Toastmaster Aditya Vijayapur, I have noticed you have told once. And as it was a big speech title, I was just looking what it is. So tell it twice. And I have to appreciate for your perspective of the script. It's really fresh. Thank you, Toastmaster Dhanushree. The general evaluation for Toastmaster Aryan, again for the table topic session. Can I say the topics were very Aryanized? Do you all agree for that? He has started with a topic why. It can have infinite things and the topics are well out of the box. and you have not only asked these topics, once the table topic speaker has done the speech, you have come onto the stage and you have also given the perspective of the question. So that's like a unique way of, you see the anchors in some award shows. I felt Aryan can be one of those humorous anchors as well. Kudos for that, Toastmaster Aryan. And I would like for you to tell the audience while introducing your role about the 30-second buffer, about thinking about the topic. As the topics were little not so generic, this 30-second buffer, if the audience doesn't know about it, it will help them. And apart from that, evaluating the table topic speakers, Toastmaster Nikhilesh. The question was why, and yes, it's a really hard topic, but maybe not use this sentence, am I making sense, in middle of your table topic. It might decrease the level of your confidence about the speech. And I have seen that you have crossed the green card after you have spoken this particular phrase. So maybe not use that. If you're not well sure and you have crossed the green card, you can stop your speech there. And speaker 2 is well me. I don't know what I have spoken. So Toastmaster Nandan. As Toastmaster Mansi has also told you, the green card is really, really important while you're giving a impromptu speech. And you have told about how you can get jobs, you can be a CEO. So you just tell more how a robot can get that. So you'll have a lot of ideas. Take the 30 seconds of buffer, frame a speech, and then do it. Toastmaster Dhanushree, your topic was, well, a pineapple. Everything in this world, a pineapple or not a pineapple. It's a difficult topic, but Toastmaster Dhanushree, I feel when you go to an area contest or a division contest, these topics are tickling, mind tickling. So I think this will give you one of the ideas of the worst level, sorry, the hardest level of whatever the table topic can be, but you have crossed the time limit. I have to appreciate you for that. Toastmaster Arpita, you have started your perspective. Then I think if you would have finished your perspective, your table topic would have added a lot of value. When you start about the perspective, have a conclusion for that. And one more suggestion about the table topic is that you have to have a conclusion. Many of us, it's an impromptu topic, we don't conclude. Even I have not concluded in my speech. If you have a conclusion, you can just summarize whatever you have spoken. I think when we go to all these workshops, they say a lot of things about the Oreo method, the impromptu method, think about a story, think about something that's going on in your own hall, everything in 1 minute. So have a conclusion so that people will also keep a track with you. Toastmaster Pranav, topic. What I have to say is that you have a lot of energy. You're very comfortable with the stage. You have a very unique approach of the topic. One thing is that you have to channelize your energy to think for a minute and then speak. No, it's really good. Your story was really great. It just needs a bit of structure. Then it would have been one more gangster story in this college. Okay, that's the evaluation for the TTM session. I think that's it. My evaluation is done. Thank you, audience. Back to the TMoD.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jasvitha. That was indeed a very wonderful general evaluation session. I'm pretty sure all of us at least will take away something from today's session, some tad bit of learning. Moving on, I'm so sorry. I kept stretching that story, something that isn't even that big of a deal. But I just wanted to use this platform because all those small decisions that you take, someday, somewhere, it will have the slightest impact, if not for something really huge. So I mean, by now you guys would have realized that if I'm here sitting in an engineering college, of course I passed my 10th, of course I passed my 12th, everything was good. But the day when my results came out and that whole French scene happened, I would just want to go back and speak to that Dhanushree. The day when I thought, oh my God, you made such an impulsive decision, you shouldn't have done that. I mean, it just traumatized you. Why did you want to make it fancy? You ended up making it even worse. But then I just realized that every day when you decide, even the smallest of the things, to turn over a new leaf, you will inevitably put yourself in a place where you find yourself not being as capable of your peers. You find yourself under self-doubt. It's very common because, I mean, now that I'm saying it, it also sounds very cliche. All these words, when people say you have to be very committed and use words like dedication, perseverance, all of this seemed very fancy. But this whole 2 months that I was talking about, that whole consistent effort that I was putting in, I didn't know that I was doing it. I didn't know that is what is called commitment. I didn't know that is what is called dedication. It just unknowingly came out. Little did I realize that it was those small efforts that accumulated over a period of time, and that motivated me in the first place. So whatever it is, one day when you decide to turn over a new leaf, and one day it could be even the smallest of the weird decisions that you make, or something as big as changing your entire career, anything for that matter, you will put yourself in a place where you don't want to do it anymore. You will feel like you can never do it, but it's okay because all of us have been there someday and you will hopefully get through it. This is the only thing that I wanted to convey out of today's meeting. I'm so sorry if this sounds very cliche, but in my own experience, I just wanted to, just share the story with you. And I found Toastmasters as a very efficient platform. I just hope at least some amount of impact was created today in each one of you. So that is it with me today. And I would now like to call upon the presiding officer to conclude the meeting.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dhanushree. So here we are after such an amazing meeting. General Evaluator, the voting form. Okay, so by the time the voting form is released, I see a few guests are there. Kanye West, who's Kanye West? Would you like to speak something, Mr. Kanye West? No, Taylor Swift is Mansi. She just joined to give company to our Kanye West. So if our Kanye West is comfortable in speaking something. Okay, I think they'll like to keep silence at this moment. Okay, so by the time the voting form is coming out, anyone who would like to say something about today's meeting or anything in general? Anyone? Come on, guys.
Kanye West has responded in chat saying a deep impact. And Kanye West is unable to connect his mic.
Let me see.
Yep.
Nikhilesh, you want to say something?
Oh yeah, why not? I didn't realize my hand was raised. But am I clearly audible before I start?
Oh, okay.
Am I audible? Though?
Yeah, you are.
All right. Anyway, I just wanted to congratulate everyone. Not everyone, everyone for a wonderful meeting. I know for a fact that there was a last minute hassle with the meeting hall arrangement. So gladly taken up by our VP Education and Secretary. And I'm not sure if there's any other expert also present there. So good job on handling that. Thank you for taking care of it. And yeah, congratulations, Toastmaster Aryan, for your first essay. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Nikhilesh.
Yeah, just one thing, Sanidhya, are you aware of
what? I can't hear you.
Do you know how to do the launcher?
What? Yeah, I know, bro. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah, then do it. And please tell Viraj to not call me.
Okay. Is the voting form out? Okay, 2 more minutes it seems. So by then our tradition goes on to invite Toastmaster Vinay to speak something whenever he joins the meeting. So Toastmaster, whenever you like to speak something.
No.
Come on, it's a tradition, no, that you have to speak in a meeting. Go on.
I gave him evaluation, right?
So give an evaluation for the meeting now, no?
No, it's a good meeting. Like I really loved it. And yeah, I would like to appreciate Jasvitha for giving a very good general evaluation and the TMoD for taking up bringing up a very good topic. A topic in the sense theme.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
And I would like to appreciate you for organizing a very good meeting.
Oh, pleasure, sir. Pleasure. Thank you so much.
Hope I spoke a lot.
Thank you. You want to say something on the stage? You can come, please.
The meeting should have ended by 6:30, but it's almost 7 now. So what do you want to say about this?
I think, yeah, that we totally agree. The meeting should have been done by 6:30. But I think due to, I mean, I won't give excuses, but yeah, we can surely work on that. And SA can work on that too. So yeah, we'll keep that in mind that the meeting is over by the time we told. Guys, the meeting, the voting link is out. I request everyone to please drop in your votes. Has everyone voted? I think there is some issue with the voting form. I'll let the online people know. I request everyone to drop in your votes again in the same form. Just refresh it and drop the votes again. There was some issue with the voting form. It's resolved now. Please go ahead and drop your votes. Has everyone voted? All the online audience, have you all voted? Maybe a raise of hands. Aditya, Pranav. Pranav, have you voted? How many responses do we have? We need 14 or 13. 3, 4, 7, 8, 11, 12. It's fine, 12. And I think we have the results. Oh, drum rolls. Starting with the best of table topic speakers. Any guesses? It's Pranav Nair. Since we don't have our VP PR at the moment, I request Tapan to take a photo. Yes, thank you.
First time.
Congratulations, Pranav. Coming to the best of speech evaluators. Any guesses? It's Toastmaster Vinay. Vinay, can you come on camera, please? Virtual handshake like this. Congratulations, Toastmaster Vinay. Thank you so much. Coming to the best of tag team. Any guesses? It's Toastmaster Mansi. Congratulations, Toastmaster Mansi. Now the best of Big Four. Any guesses? TMoD. And indeed, it's TMoD, Toastmaster Dhanushree. Congratulations, Toastmaster Dhanushree. And the drum roll begins to the best of speakers. It's Toastmaster Aditya. Congratulations, Toastmaster Aditya. Let's have a virtual handshake. Congratulations, Toastmaster Aditya. So yeah, that's up with the winners of the meeting. Now, before we conclude the meeting, we have one announcement. So today, our club got the Exemplary Support Award from District 92. This award is given to clubs who have been a Toastmaster club for more than 5 years. So it's a great honor for us. I'll just show this award to you, to the online audience as well. So yeah, it's a big achievement for our club and another one to the Hall of Fame. Okay, then before concluding the meeting, so we recently started a new tradition. Our president came up with this idea. So before we end every meeting, any one of the members comes on the stage and tells us about one experience that they learned something new or they had a good experience that they would like to share with everyone, just for a closing. Anyone? So last time we had Toastmaster Nikhil. So who wanna go up for this meeting? Anyone who experienced something new? Toastmaster Mansi? Come on. Over to Toastmaster Mansi.
As they say, change is the only constant in life. By the great Jasvitha, she's busy. Nothing. Please go back. Nothing. It was nothing. I just wanted to say that we started second semester and we have not got our first semester results yet. So I don't know where we stand. But new semester, new me. That's the spirit. Let's go.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mansi. So with this, we come to the end of the meeting. I declare meeting number 233 themed Turning Over a New Leaf closed. The session is now open for networking. Guys, I request everyone to come for a photo. All the online audience, please turn on your videos.